Hello everybody. We will be doing the garden tour 19, maybe 20. I'll have to go back and look to make sure. Today is Wednesday. Touch base real quick. Please pray for the families of Charlie Kurt. He was killed today. So his whole family is going to need prayer and God and leaning on Him in a way that they never thought they would have to. So lift them up and just give them all your love and support right now. There was also a young lady from Ukraine who had sought asylum here in the United States, who was brutally also murdered in Charlotte, North Carolina on a transit train, simply because she was from another country. And we also need to pray for these people who are doing harm to other people. They need God. And we need to pray for all the families in Minnesota. We've had a lot happen within the last week or so, or 2 weeks. So keep them in your prayers as well. Evil is running rampant on this earth. His time is growing short, and misery loves company, so the devil's job is to pull as many of you away from him, or away from y'all, and it to him. Don't fall for the trap. Choose God. Get into your word. Learn what the word says for yourself. Don't believe me. Don't believe a man. Read the Bible for yourself. It tells about all this craziness happening. Matthew 24 and in Revelation. Anywhere it says nation, that's ethnos. That's a person of color against another person of color. We all bleed red. But from my understanding with the young woman from North Carolina who had sought asylum, it was legal. They allowed her in. She can stay under the asylum thing. She could have stayed for a year, got her green card, and I think it was 6 years, maybe 7, and then she could apply for citizenship. This still allows people to travel in other countries, but it's still a legal way into the United States. I've had people talk and say, well, they're going to move to another country. They're tired of our system or our whatever. And let me just point this out. Grass always looks greener on the other side until you're on the other side. And then you're looking back. You can always move back, but you just got to be very cautious. Do you know the politics? Do you know the way people talk? Or kind of like how we would say a slang here in the United States, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Everybody knows what that means, but in another country, they have the same type of sayings that you wouldn't know about. So what the United States needs to go back to get into the Word, not playing church, doing church, learning your commandments, getting back to the foundations of how God set everything up. And it's very, very hard to be set apart, but if it was easy, everybody would do it. Like it talks about the path is narrow through a needle's eye. If it was wide, everybody would be there. But Bible's very tells us the path is narrow. Thank God we got Yeshua, so we can ask forgiveness, so we're covered in his blood, and we can strive to do better and learn our word and do better in our word. Sorry, I was going to film earlier, and they've been trimming trees on the power line, so that was a noise maker. And it was so blasted hot, but no humidity. I would have got out earlier, but the chiggers are beginning, or mosquitoes actually are beginning to bite. So now I'm itchy because I don't want to put on bug poison right before bedtime. Alright, the thumbnail for this video will be of the back garden. I have, well, Bruce has 2 peppers left up there. I circled them in red. Hopefully it shows up on computers or TV like that. I know it will show up on your iPhone like that, or telephone. It is overgrown back there, but we know where they're at. There are stakes beside them, so we can see how to get there through the grass. I dug sweet potatoes the other day, this week, and I got 2 good sized taters off of each vine. They were bigger this year than they have been in the past, so they like raised beds, and they like the compost dirt. Now the ones over here, which you will see in a moment, are in the ground. So I'm interested to see if they did as well, because they're also in that compost dirt, but they're in the ground. The vines, like I said, I have to do my own research to look up all the edible ways to eat the vines on the sweet potatoes. Remember, you can't eat Irish leaves, only sweet potato leaves, because the sweet potatoes are part of the morning glory family. So it's kind of more like a flower, and usually most flowers are edible. Even the marigolds out here are edible. You can put them in salads. They're supposed to be really good for your eyes. But they smell like kind of bitter to me, so I have never tried a marigold. Just because of the smell, I don't think I would like it. But so maybe if I dried them and ground them up, or and put them, sprinkle them in somehow to take the taste out, maybe. I don't know. So let's go ahead and get on this tour. I hope everybody is having a blessed week thus far in your own personal life. Here you can see that the mustard greens are the ones closest to the driveway over there. So they're kind of more yellow in color. And then the collard greens are a little darker green here. Once they get bigger is when we'll start thinning them down. That Bago bed, Bruce has been slowly filling it up on bottom. It has sticks and maybe some logs and definitely grass and from the yard, and now leaves on top. And then we'll add dirt, and then we'll transplant some of the cauliflower and broccoli over here. So they do get rather big. Okay, let's get down here so y'all kind of get a whole view of the 3 rows here. That's all kale. Now there's some in the middle. I don't know if Bruce accidentally spilled some when he was doing it. But that little patch right up there, you'll see it when I get closer. Now we do have a lot of grass growing over here. Or not grass, they're actually little baby tomatoes. Hundreds of baby tomatoes, because this is where Bruce's tomato patch was. But we have beets, golden beets, and oregano. or not oregano. Oregano's over here, but cilantro is going to be coming up here. Okay, this is one of the peach trees. It's only a year old, or not even a year. We planted it this year, and it's chest high. Okay, here's some bell peppers doing good. All right, there is the broccoli. That is cauliflower. And then these other little rows, there is grass in here, but these more yellow ones, I believe, are the carrots. But when they kind of start getting their true leaf, we'll be able to tell them apart and be able to pull the grass out. Here's that little patch I was telling you about. Some seed fell out, Bruce, when he was planting. Okay, over here on this side here, you can't really see them yet, but there are several cabbages coming up. And then on closer to the okra are purple cabbages. This is the only okra I have left. I pulled all the okra in the back. And then here is the other sweet potato patch. Like I said, this will be pulled at the end of September going into October. So, kind of interested what's going on below. And then the orange seeds I planted here. I planted 2 in this one. Don't know if anything will come up. We shall see. But I was able to plant 2 lemon trees at 2 different times. So they're from 2 different lemons. And something has been eating on it. Dang it. These bugs, I'm telling y'all what, these bugs need to go on with themselves. Alright. And this is butterhead lettuce. Y'all can see my hand. It's beginning to get really nice. Let's see if any... We have all kinds of... We still have turkey figs coming in, but they're very little. And every time I think I can get to a turkey fig, whoa, I think, no, bird done got it, or a bees did. And this is the last of it. The garden is the ginger, and it will also be dug up in October. And garlic will be going in the ground in October. So, and there's the other ginger. Okay, everybody. Now I need y'all to practice your own safety. We see that craziness in this world is ramping up. Please have some form of protection on your person. If you're a lady, not in your purse, but on your person. They can steal your purse and turn that weapon back onto you. So make sure it's on your person. If you're legal to carry, that is. If for some reason you can't carry a pew-pew, then make sure that you have some other form of protection on your person as well. Alright, everybody, please stay safe, please get ready, and please get prepared. Frontier Mentality signing out.